Hello! It's so good to see you. It's been such a long time. Oh, you want to know what I'm doing here in the land of Make Something? Well, that's a very good question. Actually, it's the reason you haven't seen me for a little while. Remember Halt? Hungry, angry, lonely, tired? I started to realize that I was feeling all of those things more often than I normally do, and singing with my echo, experimenting with puppy chow recipes, and making music everywhere I go wasn't helping the same way it normally does. So my friend Flibius offered to bring me to Berwick and drop me off at the land of Make Something. I've been spending lots of time outside, up here in one of the land of Make Something's famous flying machines, singing and riding bikes. Since there aren't any cameras in the land of Make Something, I've been creating art out of the things I see so that when I go back, I'll be able to have those memories forever. Do you like the sunflowers that I painted? I'm going to hang them up in my room so I can fall asleep every night thinking about how happy they make me. One thing that was sad to me on my trip was when Tommy Tinkersmith and Merlin were fighting. I wanted to help because two best friends shouldn't end their friendship over the best favorite color, especially when Tommy and Merlin are much more alike than they are different. Even though their favorite colors are different, they both chose colors that you don't see every day. And to me, that tells me that Tommy and Merlin both like unique things. And seeing them be so passionate about their favorite color tells me that they both spend a lot of time noticing the small things. Those are what make them such great friends, not their favorite colors. I bet the lime green is the favorite color of most crocodiles, but I don't think that means Merlin should be best friends with just any crocodile. They could try to eat Merlin for lunch. What I like about the truce box Tommy and Merlin made is that it gives them a chance to disagree, take a breath, and then think about what they really want. A truce is a chance to take a breath. Tommy and Merlin didn't want to lose their friendship over a small disagreement, so they called a truce. Back in our world, I heard a story about the Christmas truce. There was a war, and people were fighting all over the world. It was really sad. Many of the people fighting in the war celebrated Christmas. That was something that they had in common. All of the soldiers on both sides had to sleep in deep trenches in the ground, and they were close enough to each other to be able to hear what the other side was doing. It was almost like living across the street from each other. So on Christmas Eve, some of the soldiers started singing a Christmas carol, and it sounded like this. Stille Nacht, heilige Nacht, alles schläft, einsam wacht, nur das dritte heilige Paar. Oh, der Knabe im lockigen Haar, schlaf in himmlischer Ruhe, schlaf in himmlischer Ruhe. Do you recognize that melody? The British soldiers did, only they didn't know the words to the song in German. That's the language I just sang. They knew the words in English. If you know the words, you can sing them with me. Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round yon And when the British soldiers heard the German soldiers sing, some of the British soldiers took all the bravery they had inside them, and they crossed the street between them, waving a white flag like the one on Tommy's truce box. When you're disagreeing, one of the hardest, bravest things you can do is say, let's take a pause, let's take a breath. And guess what? The British soldiers' bravery paid off. The German soldiers didn't hurt them. So more and more soldiers came out of the trenches. Everyone stretched their legs, repaired their trenches, gave each other gifts, and even played football together. And of course, they sang Silent Night, the same song, but in different languages. Taking a breath is the reason I came to the land of Make Something. But soon I'm going to need to go back to our home, because the truce isn't forever, it's just a break. That's what the soldiers learned in the Christmas truce. The next day, they were ordered to go back to fighting. To stop fighting forever, you have to make peace. And you have to make peace by listening to the person on the other side of the disagreement and listening to what they need. Merlin needed to know that Tommy was still his best friend, even though they had a different favorite color. And Tommy needed to know that he and Merlin still had a lot in common, even though they had some differences. That's how they made peace. And when I go home, I'm going to make peace by taking care of myself, just like I have here in the land of Make Something. Can't wait to see you back in our world!